So good morning. Good morning and welcome to the new year 2021. This is such a great year already. This team, every single one of you is already off to a great start. And I really feel that this container is working. We had 3 rank advancements last month from the people who were on the Zoom to executive. Magali hit executive, Nova hit executive, Jessica hit fast start executive. We had Autumn hit director, and we have a new person who is on today. She's never joined us before, and we have some other new people jumping on. So, I want to give Jillian an opportunity to say hello. Jillian is in Canada, and actually, I think I'm going to let Hannah go ahead and introduce her, because this is actually in she's direct to Hannah. Hannah's direct to Malia. And Jillian just hit consultant on her first day. She literally signed herself up, signed 5 other people up, and she's got more in the works. And she's just like sending me text messages all day long, all night long. I love that. That is a sign of somebody who's working really hard, and she's determined to get to the next rank. She's determined to get to director, and she can, even at this rate that she's going, she can easily get to executive this month. I'll just say that. So, and she's already got some brand partners who are in the work. So we're going to have you talk. I want to let Hannah introduce you, but then I want to actually ask you a little bit of a specific question about how you're doing this. Okay. So Hannah.
Hi.
Over there in Hawaii.
Hi, everybody. Well, Happy New Year. So Jilly, I've known Jilly. We are on Maui, the North Shore of Maui. We work together at a restaurant. So we've been friends for about 20 years. We went our separate ways. She's originally from Canada. So she went back there with her husband, Steve, and they built a house and they have 2 children. So they live in Squamish, just below Whistler in BC. And we stayed in contact briefly through Messenger. Some messages came up about having babies and postpartum. And then I don't know if everybody knows my story, but I did the ULT a few months ago because I was struggling terribly postpartum, 3.5 years. And I thought that I'd have to live with an 80% recovery rate. I still had days of severe anxiety, depression that would keep me at home and in bed and no energy, angry and irritated. So my sister Malia reached out to me. We got in contact with Rachel and I did the ULT. Long story short, within 15 days, I was a completely different person, to the point where my husband's like, "Who are you? Don't ever go off these products." And now he went on to do the ULT. But Rachel kept on me saying, "You need to do a live. You need to do a live." And I'm not a social media person at all. I don't do Facebook. Instagram, it really freaks me out. But she's like, "But Hannah, what if you could just change one person's life? Just one person." I'm like, "Okay, I can do that." Okay. So Rachel and I went and did a live. And within 5 minutes of doing the live, Jilly's like, "Hannah, what are you on? And I want this." So reached out to Jilly. I explained how amazing I felt. She was struggling with some postpartum things, which she will share. And then she went on to do the LRT, and she's like, "Okay, this is my life. It has changed me. It's made me more positive." And here we are today.
I'll unmute myself here. Thanks, Hannah. Banana.
Hi.
Hi. You guys are all like Hannah's in Maui. I'm in cold, rainy BC, but it's really nice to be here. Thanks for having me. It's nice to meet you. It's funny because I know a lot of your faces through a lot of these Zoom calls that I've been tapping into quietly. So it's fun. I'm like, "Oh, I know you. I recognize you. I know your story." So yeah, Hannah, like she said, she's not a social media person, and she went on FaceTime Live, and of course it gripped me because I never see her do anything, and I heard her story, and I was feeling terrible myself, just really tired, anxiety like crazy, yelling at my kids, brain fog. Did I say that? Just feeling crappy, like all around crappy. And what she was describing was a lot of what I was feeling. So I literally was like, "Hannah, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And because it was from Hannah and I trusted her, you know, I felt like whatever she was going to tell me, I would, you know, receive it. So we had a good chat. I jumped on the line with Rachel. It's a huge investment in Canada. It's even more so than in the States, because for us, the price, the conversion rate, it basically works out to over $500 for us. And that's a lot of money in my world right now. So getting my husband on board was a big deal. But he went for it. And, you know, with the money back guarantee, it just felt like there was a no lose. And then, yeah, I mean, within 10 days, I started feeling different. I said to Steve, my husband, I said, I'm skeptical right now, but I feel different. Am I acting different? I feel better. He goes, mm-hmm. And my son, I said, just out of curiosity, is mommy different? He goes, you don't yell as much. I'm like, oh, you're right, I don't. And it's just those little moments. I mean, I have so many. I won't get into my full story, but there were so many moments like that. And now I'm just on this buzz of wanting to share it, because I feel like it's almost a crime not to. You can't just walk around feeling better when you have this tool, and if you don't share it, then that's a crime. That's how I feel right now. So I have no qualms about sharing right now. I had 4 people sign up yesterday. I've got a ton of people in the works, but I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. And I'm totally bombarding Rachel with questions and all of it. So I don't feel alone. And I will also say that I'm just so excited to be part of this community. And Hannah said that too, because I'm a mom of 2. We're lucky. Our kids are still going to school in BC right now. I dropped them off at school, and then I'm with my 20-month-old daughter, and it's been really lonely. I'm a really social person, and these sort of things they're just what you need. And already I just have so much buzz right now. Everybody's like, what are you doing? Why are you so different? I'm like, oh. So yeah.
Awesome.
So that's me.
Thank you, Jilly. Appreciate that. So here's the thing. I want to really address one thing that you said, which is that you're in Canada. I want everyone to hear this. And you're saying it's $500, right? And you're like, oh, that's a lot. Still, let's keep in mind, how much is that per day? Did we figure out?
Yeah. So it's about $16 a day.
Okay. So $60 a day for 2. This is why I want everyone to hear. I want you, because you guys are going to be enrolling people in Canada. $16 a day for 2 meals a day. And what do people spend on 1 meal a day on average? Literally, like, go, everyone just, someone off mute and tell me, like, what do people spend on a day? Go ahead, Jilly.
Well, at least $20.
Yeah, like $20 on a meal. If you're getting a drink and you're getting, ordering out, most people get at least 1 meal out a day or a few times a week. Who eats out at least 1 time a day? I'm just curious. Does anybody here eat out like 1 time a day? Okay, everyone just eats at home. Say, what are you spending at home on a meal?
Well, for me, my grocery bill went down $100 a week. So I was clearly saving money doing this.
Right. So you're saving money. So that was the second point I wanted to make, was that you've actually you still saved money. Spending $500, you still saved $100. When I saved about $300, and I was eating out a lot of the time. So it's important when you're presenting this to people to really, really present it in terms of savings. Like, how much are you saving a person money? Because one of the biggest things I see as an obstacle is when people are sharing this, it's like, oh God, but they can't afford it. They can't afford it. And what I'd like to invite you to reframe is to think about how they can't afford not to. Right? Like, people can't really afford not to do this. It's going to save money, and it's going to change their lives, and they're going to have more energy and more time to be efficient in doing everything, right? Go ahead, Jilly, what were you going to say?
Yeah, and then what I was just talking to my sister-in-law, who was really reluctant to spend this kind of money on herself. She's a single mom, and fair enough. And I talked to her this morning, and she said, oh, I woke up feeling really guilty about spending that money. And I said, you know what? Reframe it. Think of it as you have front-loaded your grocery bill. So you have basically prepaid your grocery bill, and you are going to be surprised at how much you will save on the bits and bobs of coffees out, which I know she does, which is no judgment there, but that's $5 here, $5 there. And and you're basically front loading your grocery bill. So it's yes, it's a lot of chunk, but I said, I'm really curious to see if your grocery bill goes down.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I say to people sometimes when I'm talking to them is we're not used to buying all of our groceries in the month at once. And that's why it feels like a lot, because we're not used to spending that much at once, but we're going to spend less over time. And and I'm looking at the comments, there's some great comments. Transfer spending. Tanya said, this is health insurance. Like literally, I mean, the amount of money I could have spent on brain scans and all kinds of things before I found, instead of finding Purium, like I was at that point where I was going to start spending thousands of dollars on brain scans and just trying to figure out what was wrong with my body. So, I mean, it's health insurance for sure. Go ahead, Magali, she has something to say.
Yeah, like my very first attempt at a cleanse, I went for raw vegan. I spent about $40 a day just for organic stuff to make my juices. It's because for juicing, you need a lot of stuff. And if you buy organic, it's very expensive. And that doesn't even equal to the quality of live nutrients we get in, with Purium. So that was the first thing. And I think I just lost the second one that I wanted to say. Oh, no. I have a client right now that just signed up. I mean, he did 10 days. He did the 10 days. Yeah. He's been on Lipitor, so like cholesterol meds and high blood pressure meds for 20 years. And he's already off of it.
Wow. That's epic. Okay. Everyone memorize that story. Now you have another story to add to your pocket. So juicing is like $5 to $10 easily. Like just juicing celery is $5 for like a stalk of celery is like at least $5. And then if you're adding other things in, Leora is a big juicer. She knows, I mean, she's a raw food juice queen. And so she was, spent lots of money on juicing and it's totally worth it. And Nova just said she loves Juice Bar in a Bag. And this is actually an alternative to juicing. Literally Juice Bar in a Bag has your beet juice. It's got your carrot juice. It's got your spirulina. It's got everything. So that's another thing to consider when thinking about juicing. Okay, so we've handled the price, right? Because you have people who are going to be in Europe, you have people who are going to be in Australia. If they're ordering from Australia, they have to call in the order because it's an Australian credit card and you have to call in the order. And there's probably going to be like $100 shipping fee, something like that. And so wherever you're doing in the world, what you've got to do is you have to figure out the total and divide it by the number of days in a month, 30 or 31. And that's your total per day. And then you're still, no matter where you're shopping it, wherever you're buying it from in the world, you can still save money. Most people are going to still save some money on their grocery bill because they're also not going to be snacking and doing all these other things. So I just wanted to introduce other countries and how to break down the price for people when you're in another country. So the other thing is that, so Jillian, you actually set yourself up. And can you, one of the first things we did was, I remember talking to you last year and I was like, it's the end of the year, like we got to do you were so excited and you had done the products, you had been on the products for a while and then you decided to become a brand partner. I think Hannah probably asked you if you wanted to become a brand partner, or maybe she got you on the phone with me and we discussed it. But I'm just curious kind of like how you became a brand partner and then how you set up your first Healthy Happy Hour event and then how you ended up signing all these people up in one day.
Well, Hannah, am I wrong in saying that I went to you and said, should I do this?
Yes, you came to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think.
Because you were like, I don't want to be a brand partner.
No, I started out I couldn't even go there. I was feeling so terrible that I resisted everything and just was skeptical, but I thought, what do I have to lose? And then within, 10 days and people noticing my shift, I went, okay, this is interesting. And again, Hannah, I respect and trust and love that with her doing it, I thought, oh, maybe I could make something out of this. And when I believe in something, I talk about it. I have no problems with it. Now, I have done 2 other companies, and it's really interesting because I would sign up and then I wouldn't talk about it. I don't know what it was. I just felt really ashamed, or I really don't know, because I felt good at the time signing up, but then I never did anything with it. Well, I'm shocked at myself because I'm like shouting it to the world. And I went on Squamish Mom's Facebook last night, and I've been messaging all day with 25 women at least I'm at now. It's insane, the buzz. Who doesn't want to feel good? It has been like a full-time job today, nonstop. In fact, I need direction on which way to go. Rachel, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, let's break down I want to break down for people here to understand your actual process, like what you did. So first of all, we'll start with last night. So last night, on every Monday, she's in this Facebook group, and every Monday is what is it called? Something Mondays?
Squamish Moms. So you have to be a mom in Squamish to be part of it.
But I'm saying on the Monday things, it's like Monday.
Oh, so yeah. So it's Marketing Monday. So they allow every Monday to have any of the moms post about something that they sell. And it is a wide range of things. And the only stipulation is that you have to write MM at the top of your post. So it actually wasn't on my radar yesterday. I was okay, I'm going to backtrack. I'm a bit of a backward story though, Rachel, aren't I?
It's okay.
Okay. I had thought about doing it and thought about signing up, but I knew that I could not handle signing up during the Christmas holidays because I had my kids home and I had Christmas to deal with. And I knew mentally I could not handle one more thing. So I made a decision to start January 1st. I, in the back end, was sort of researching the product. Hannah would send me some links, but I was not ready to sign up yet. So January 1st.
You were already signed up, but you weren't ready to upgrade to a brand partner.
That's right. I had done my ULT at this point, but I wasn't ready to upgrade. So I ended up, a long story, I had a hard time signing up the other day, but we rectified it no problem yesterday. So I started yesterday. And at that point, I had people waiting for me because I had shared so many stories that I literally sent out my code and they called me with their credit card and just said, do it. I'm like, great. So that was 4 people that did that. And then it's been back and forth with a bunch of other people. And then I was sitting at my couch last night. My husband's watching a show and he's like, are you watching? I said, no, I'm working. So I just had this epiphany moment where I went, I remember right in the holidays, I said, ooh, I should have written it down, but I had a plan. I was going to sign up on the 1st, do a Facebook Live on the 3rd, do a Marketing Monday on yesterday. And long story short, I forgot about the Marketing Monday until 9:30 last night. And I just texted Rachel. I said, should I just do this? And she went, yes, do it. So I basically just took her words that she posted. She gave me permission and I edited a few things.
Let me pause you for a second just to let everybody know. So everybody, I think a lot of you saw my post where I had a salad and I said, we all know what we're supposed to eat, but we have a hard time doing it because. So did anybody see that post with my salad? All right. So that's the post that she copied that. And I said, I encourage every single one of you to copy paste any post you like of mine or anybody's. Is like, copy it, make it yours, or even with mine, I don't care. You can just copy verbatim. I don't care about plagiarism. Just like I want you guys to be successful, whatever you feel is going to work. So she copied and pasted that post into the group, basically, on her Marketing Mondays post. And the title of the post?
No, it didn't have a title, I don't think.
You can look on my page, Lauren, and there's a picture of the salad.
Okay.
That's the post she took.
That's interesting. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can't believe the amount of people that gravitated to it because it was a simple post and it was an open-ended post. So last night I didn't go to bed till almost midnight because I was texting people back. I couldn't believe how many people had already been interested. This morning I woke up at 6. I barely slept last night because I was so excited. And I woke up to, I don't know, like I said, I think I have to go and look, but I messaged at least 25 people today. So.
Dang, girl. Okay, so How many of you are in Facebook groups that are not Purium? Is anybody active in Facebook groups? Okay, so you are. And Lauren Glick actually has a Facebook group, and she actually has a Marketing Monday that she's created for her group, right? Yeah, so like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Now I'm like, okay, this is a thing. So if you all find some Facebook groups to join and you can get in on their Marketing Mondays, this is the possibility of how you share it. Now, not most Facebook groups, or a lot of Facebook groups won't let you promote in there because maybe they have something they're promoting. But so Jillian, you found, this is so great that you can do this every Monday. And she has, so you have a strategy, which is you're going to be doing this. You have 25 people interested just from last night. So was there something more you were going to say? Because I wanted to also back up and talk about your Healthy Happy Hour.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I feel so overwhelmed with just so many thoughts blazing through my head right now, but let's just keep going.
Love it. So, and I also want to back up and say, like, so Malia is someone who doesn't, Malia is her upline. Malia is someone I enrolled, and Malia enrolled her sister Hannah, who enrolled Jillian. Now, Malia doesn't really do social media. It's like not her thing. She doesn't really like, is it okay to talk about this, Malia? It's just not, she's not really like, it's not her thing. But she had started the products, like she tried them years ago. And then all of a sudden some post I did reminded her, and then she like reached out to me about doing it again. And she was just like suddenly ready to do the business. There was just like this readiness. And I just saw it. I was like, you're going to do well. Like all of your friends have done well in this company. She's friends with Skylar. She's friends with Raven. She's friends with me. She's friends with Sarah. She knows all of us. Like we all, lived in Kauai together. And she's just like, I'm finally ready to do this. And she was like, oh, my sister knows. And she was immediately like excited about sharing it with her sister. And she knows that her sister is also probably connected. And so what's going on now is they have found Jillian, and Jillian is, it's like if you are somebody who feels like, I don't know, I'm not probably going to get that many people, or like who, like, I don't know that many people, just remember, like, you don't know who you know and who they know. You might find, and same for you, Jillian, I mean, you're a rock star, and you just signed up another brand partner, Amy, who knows who she knows and what she's going to do. And then and then Jackie's interested. And so then who knows who she knows. So what happened was, Malia and Hannah are both kind of overwhelmed. Their moms, they got like really busy lives. And so is Jillian, but Jillian is so excited. And so because this is my full-time job, I have the time, I'm like taprooting down to Jillian and working really closely with her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And this is great. I mean, it's a synergy, we all work. I mean, here's the thing. I work for all of you guys, all of you Gaias, all of you Gaias. I work for all of you. I work for you because in a way, if you think about it, like you're all my employer, because what I do for you benefits you and benefits me, right? Like I don't get paid unless I'm helping all of you. So always remember, we work for our downline, not the other way around. And so you're not bugging us, right? You're not bugging your upline when you're asking for help. It's such a pleasure. If you're not bugging me, I'm worried. So going back to how you got that first group of people was, I could see that you were really excited, and I could see that you were kind of also like, oh, you were thinking of people like maybe this person, maybe that person. And I just was like, well, let's just do what I have everyone do, which is have a healthy happy hour yourself, and invite all of your friends and start. And so the first thing we did was picked a date. And so this is what I want to encourage everyone here to do, is decide to have a Zoom. Decide you're going to have a superfood social, a wealthy happy hour, or a healthy happy hour, whatever you want to call it. Decide when and where via Zoom or at my house. Decide you're going to do it. Pick a date. And then from that date, we're going to work backwards, and we're going to decide, what are we going to do up into that date? How many lives are you going to have? What are you going to say on your lives? How many people are you going to reach out to? And how many people do you want on that Zoom? Like, pick a number. How many of my guests are on that Zoom? Jillian was going for 10, and she got about 10.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's really interesting because I'm not usually like this, but I have such a visual of where I want to go right now, which I have never had ever. And I can see myself going there. And it's just remarkable to have this sensation. I've never felt this before. So yeah, I started with 10 and it was my really good core group of friends, and I could tell my story, and a lot of them have tried the product, or trying the product. But now I just have this vision that I can see, that I'm going to do a live. I'm going to go on Squamish Moms. I'm going to make a Zoom call for all the people that reached out to me. And I'm hoping that Rachel will, I'm sure you will, but help me with that Zoom call. And I'm going to invite everybody. And then if they can't come, I'm going to send them that link, because we're all moms, and who really can sit down for an hour.
Yeah.
So that's my next
Perfect. Step. It's perfect. And so you had your virtual Zoom, you had your virtual healthy happy hour on the 30th, on January 30th. Yeah. And she got everybody interested, and she was like, I can't, she's like, I'm going to have the money on the first. I need to, save my money and wait until the first so I can do that first order. I'm going to do it on January. What do I do? And I said, okay, well then take a paper order. So if you ever have this situation, you guys, this is something that I've experienced, where somebody can't enroll, but they have people to enroll, but they're ready to get going. Like, this is a really unique experience, but Jillian was ready to roll, and she was like ready to sign people up, but she wasn't herself signed up yet, or she wasn't upgraded. So what you want to do is take a paper order. And I said, once you get everybody, whoever you get a yes from, when they're committed, you're going to do what's called a paper order. And this is what we used to do back in the day. We used to have a piece of paper where we would write everyone's credit cards down, and their name and their information and their address. And then we would put the order in for them back in the day, 5 years ago. And so this is a method you can still use if you ever have somebody who is ahead of the game and ready. And you can just like make sure that you get them all signed up for them. All right. So anyway, so then a couple of days later, she was ready, everyone was ready, and then she just was able to sign everyone up. So I wanted you to understand the process of how she did that. It wasn't like she just was like, I signed up, oh my gosh, I'm calling 5 people, and then they all enrolled that day. She did strategize, and she did have, she went live, she interviewed Hannah, which is how we got her, was I interviewed Hannah, and that's how we ended up with Jilly. And then Jilly interviewed Hannah, and that's how she ended up with a bunch of people interested. And so this interview process really is powerful. And if you are not taking advantage of interviewing somebody from this group right here every single week, you're missing out on an opportunity. So I really want to encourage you to like reach out to somebody in this group, set up an interview, decide who, reach out to them, and also do a healthy happy hour or a wealthy happy hour, or because we talk about the business or the products on anything, whether it's a wealthy happy hour or a healthy happy hour. If you want to lead with the business, then let's look at Magali. Magali who hit executive last month. Congratulations. We have Magali and sorry, I'm spacing out, and Nova, she left, but who hit executive last month. And Magali is understanding now that if I want to get to diamond, I need some major players, and I'm going to lead. She said, I'm going to lead with the business this month. I'm going to totally lead with the business. And every single post, it's so trippy, Magali, because like last month it was like product, and this month, every single post I've seen has all been business forward. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I had to shift myself for sure. And it really is like what Jillian was saying, like I felt that too, like feeling like it's hard for me to talk about something once I'm promoting, or if I feel like I'm benefiting or whatever. Like I was dragging this old guilt for some reason. And this whole year I worked myself just to be able to be comfortable with product stuff, so lives and posts and talking about health. And then in December, I got that idea of Shaky Shake based on Elf on a Shelf. I was like, I'm going to do Shake on a Shelf. And the whole month I was promoting the healthy lifestyle, and Shaky Shake was everywhere. And I was combining like some of the self-development stuff, spiritual stuff, like whatever. Like I try to make it like fun and original, and with all kinds of posts. And I sold a bunch of ULTs. I kickstarted the year, like I'm leading that group cleanse, and now I'm gonna, work it that everybody gets on the core 4. So all the ULTs now will be at least core 4, another ULT. And anyways, but I'm like, okay, I made it to executive. Like I had one consultant in my BPs and one that came really close to director, but I sold for 4K, like, 4,000 of stuff doing this. But I'm like, okay, that's executive. I'm not going to diamond by myself, that's for sure. Like, that's the reality. But it took all this for me to understand really how it works. Like, what's the mechanics behind like the whole thing, and being in touch with the couple of BPs that I have that are actually motivated, inspired to do something, and help them too. I mean, with you and Stephanie, there's a lot going into that, but I'm like, I have to go business forward. Like it's still like, I believe in the health aspect of it, and that's what I want. I'm someone that really is driven by service and helping and all these things. But I'm like, we need a team. Like that's how it needs to be. And it's exciting actually, because it's like, okay, well, more friends, more whatever. It gets super exciting to think like that too. And I'm like, I'm going for it. And now Shaky Shake is like, I'm having so much fun just coming up with pictures. Like today I up like the bling and the hat that has the dollar bills on it, and I'm all over this, and I'm telling people like, why you want money. I have a huge, like, I've been for years doing spiritual things, healing things, so a lot of people are like, oh, money is the bad guy, like, and I want to help also shifting this. I'm like, yeah, but you can't support like your own ideas and values, unless you have something to do that. You can't help people, you can't donate to charities, you can't, like, I totally love organic and but it costs more. Like everything like this, it's like, we have to make a statement. So Shaky Shake is on a mission to shift minds. I'm envisioning turning her into a cartoon. I'm like, who do I know that can turn her into a cartoon? I'll make videos with Shaky Shake. Anyway, it's just going crazy with it because it's like, it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, great. Well, you have like really come a long way. So I just want to just kind of give a quick little summary of Magali since I've known her. That in the beginning, all her Instagram, there was not a single picture of her. It was just kind of words and inspiration. And she's like the psychic healer who, can help you. And so we had a little conversation about how, part of what makes people trust you is seeing that you're a real person and that you have real stuff going on in your life and like showing your actual self. So she started bringing in pictures of herself and then of her kids and was like, oh my God. And she started noticing she was getting so much more engagement because there were pictures of her. And people were like, wow, like everyone wants to see you. Your friends want to see you. Your friends, all of you guys, your friends want to see you. Your friends want to know you. They want to experience you. And so she was just noticing a whole new level of engagement. And then she started sharing about her product experience. And so that's what got her to executive. And now she's sharing about the business. She's really going business forward. And I've seen people responding to your business forward post and they're like giving you a bunch of emojis and they're like, oh yeah, cool, excited. And like, we're all having fun with Shaky Shake. I mean, Shaky Shake looks like Shaky's having a really good vacation in Tahiti right now and getting a massage. And so it's funny that you've created this character.
Making the reels when we did the Shake and Shine, there was also like, now I feel like that the more we do stuff like that, it's almost having our own little campaign. And then now my next thing with this, the lives, I need to do also business forward lives. So I'm going to use some of this stuff, like, the list of 20 things that millionaires, like, like remember what we did a month ago or whatever, like month and a half ago. Like I want to start using more business forwards, but that's the next level for me because I got finally comfortable talking about health and like your digestive system and detoxing and blah blah. And I'm like, okay, well now we need to go where it's not comfortable yet, but this is how I've been getting comfortable. I was so scared to live until you were like, okay, today we just go live. I don't care what you look like, just do it. Okay, well, that's the way to do it. Stop thinking because perfection is of action. And so let's do
Right.
it.
Yeah, it didn't really matter whether that live was good or not, because what it did was it got you in the game. It got you doing lives. It got you to start doing lives. Once you got the first one, it's like, oh, I can do this. And then you just start and then you've just been refining ever since. So I would invite you, Magali, to share your personal story around the business.
Yeah, well, I'm still doing my I actually posted my before and after picture in the private group that I created. So that's first step, because I was it's not an easy thing for me to do for some reason. So now I'm doing the cleanse again. So this month I'm redoing my before and after pictures too. And that will be my nutrition story, my health story. And I'm working on the business story because I'm still in the midst of it. So I feel like I'll have more to say as I go start shipping it up for sure.
Well, so let me just clarify what the business story is when we're sharing it. It's our vision of our future. That's what our business story is. It's like our vision of where we want to go and why. The business story is simply your why. And it's like for me, part of my why is this group is because I get to work with these amazing people, all of you. And that this is fun for me. And that finally, like after being a solo photographer for years and working by myself and like ruling, I'm finally working with people, which is so much more satisfying because now I have relationships and everyone needs community and wants community. And some people have that outside of this and some people don't. And for some people, especially in lockdown, this is like the only community they have. So what we're offering is so much more than just a financial thing as well. It's an opportunity to learn business skills. It's an opportunity to be in a community, develop our own businesses, and even this can help us develop our other businesses. So whatever we're learning here, we're also applying everywhere else in our lives and every other business that we have. If we have more than, Lake has a yoga business, Paige has a yoga business, Nova has a combo business, Tanya has a fitness business. I mean, a lot of people here have other businesses, yet what you learn here can help you catapult even those other businesses and then help them work together. So looking at the time, thank you. Nova, I wanted to see if you'd share a little bit. I don't know if you're available because I know you might be at the airport. If you're available, just you can just come on. I wanted to look at you in your cute mask. I would love to have you share about your executive run. Oh, you're muted, hun.
I was just saying I'm in the lift right now. I'm going to get home in just a couple minutes, but I'll share a quick minute while we're coming into my neighborhood. My big breakthrough around my executive run was seeing how powerful it was to be working with a team. I feel like I've been right at that edge of doing a lot of the work myself, and I was very inconsistent in my business for a long time because I was really more treating it like a hobby and focusing on my combo business and really getting the stability there. And it was last year that I really decided, combo and Purium, those are my pillars. And I anchored that in. I was like, these are the pillars of my life. This was the pillars of my personal healing and my personal business. And I wanted to really share that because I felt like they just went so well together. And having Lake and her commitment and her incredible heart and the people who see her and feel her and reorder from her because she's continually showing up more and more and bigger and bigger. And then having Autumn come on and seeing all the leadership coming together to support different people, multiple people. It felt like there was a unification that happened. Mm-hmm. And I really got to see the juice and the magic of what it's like to have a team. And really, it was just myself and two other people. It was very simple. It didn't need to be a whole big shebang. And to see how simple that was really powerful for me. So we just pulled up. And thank you for having me come on to talk and share.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay. I'm glad that you got to share. Appreciate that.
And thank you, Lake, for being a part of our run. I'm glad to have you here, sweetie.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's review for a moment how we get to these through the promos that we have going really quick. So who is really clear on the UBT promo, how it's changed? Is anybody aware of how the UBT promo is different? As in not the widen your reach, but the UBT signing up 3 people each week. Yeah. Okay. So You can sign up any 3 people and get 500 bonus points now. They can be a brand partner or they can be a customer. It doesn't matter. How does that change the game? Right? So three brand partners in a week is a little harder, but 3 brand partners or customers or one of each or whatever is amazing. So who feels like, I think I can do that? Who feels like I can do that? Who's feeling like that? All right. So here's the path to executive and here's the path to diamond. For those of you who are already executive and you want to get to it and you have the team to help you get to executive, now the work is going to be for everybody on your team to do this run together. So every single one of you is going to go for getting your own 3,000 points, there's 6,000 points. If every single person on your team tries to goes for the 6,000 points available, then you can start seeing some big ranks. So how do you do that? If every single one of you enrolls, we'll just say you, because I'm talking to you. If you enroll 3 people each week this month of January, let's see, how big is this month? How many weeks do we have? All right, so so January 1st was okay, so that's already passed, but let's say we've got 4 weeks this month to like enroll people. That's 2,000 points if we enroll 3 people each week. Or if you enroll 3 people each week, it's 2,000 points. That's bonus points. That doesn't even include the points of actually enrolling them, right? So, and sorry, my brain started thinking about things. Hold on a second. Okay, so, and then if you get 10 in a month, it's 1,000 points, right? Is that what we said? All of a sudden I'm unclear. 1,000 points, right? Okay, my brain kind of like had a brain fart. Thank you, Lake. Okay, so this is how you're gonna get 3,000 points. Okay, now, the Widen Your Reach promo, a new brand partner, someone who just signed up in their first 10 days can get 600 points. 600 points instead of 500 points. If they just go live in their first 10 days, I don't have my paper, I'm forgetting. This is where my brain gets a little foggy sometimes. So everybody knows that Widen Your Reach, if everyone on your team does Widen Your Reach, meaning you go live 3 times between Saturday and Friday, that's gonna give you 100 points. So you got 4 weeks, that's gonna give you 400 points. If you do 10 in a month, that's 500 points. That's another 100 points. So now you're at 500. A brand partner who goes live in their first 10 days, if they do that in their first 10 days, they get an extra 100 points.
Rach,
Yeah.
My understanding, because I was on the call with Leslie when she was explaining that, is that it doesn't have to be just in the 10 days, right? It's just if they're in their fast start run, their fast start window. There's been a few different things around
In their fast start window, yeah, the first 10 days.
But they were saying fast start, like for all the fast start is what I thought she was saying, like not just 10 days. I feel like
you mean like anybody who's in their director, if they're in their fast start director and their fast start, if they can get, so for 3 months they can get 600 points for all 3 months.
That was what it sounded like.
Okay, I can get some clarity on that. Did anybody else hear that?
I heard that they just get, instead of the extra 100 for 10, they get 200.
Okay.
For 10 in a month, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought too.
If they do it in their first 10 days, they can get 198 in those 10 days from that. And then the rest they would get throughout the month. That's what I understood.
If they do 3 videos in their first 10 days?
If they submit every day for the first 10 days.
Every day.
Was because I'm saying submit every day for the first 10 days. And I don't know if it's to create the habit, but then you get the 99 points plus they give you an extra 99 as a bonus out of that. And then the rest of the month, you keep doing it. You're 3 times a week, and then you get the other 100. And then for all 90 days of their fast start, they will get that extra 100 compared to the other people, like every month. if they hit 10, they'll get the 200 during the whole fast start period.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for explaining that. Awesome. So
Is there
these-
somewhere we can find that information? Sorry to interrupt. That's a bit more clear. I'm just a little bit lost.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the new Fast Start promo in. They'll go over it again today because today's Tuesday, or sorry, Leslie Zan will go over it again, I'm sure tonight, Tuesday at 6 Pacific time, because it's important. So she'll probably review it tonight. But there also is a text that went out today with the Fast Start Writing Your Reach promo. So I'm just going to go and put that into our little UBT group right here. Okay, so I just put in the group, and so you can actually like look at this document that I just put in. Oh, you're not in that group. I'm going to add you to that group, Julie. But anyway.
Hey, I have it. I'm on the iLearn website.
Okay.
And it says Fast Start Period Incentive. When a new brand partner enrolls or upgrades, they can double the UBT QV points monthly reward by going live with 10 videos in a month. Incentive qualification period 3+ months from the enrollment / upgrade. So I think it's the whole Fast Start like larger window, not just the 10 days.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, window, but there's still a bonus in the first days if they do all the requirement for that. So it helps them qualify for Fast Start Consultant. And I remember them explaining that little specific.
Yeah, they're separate things. There's the Fast Start Consultant and there's a Fast Start Director and Executive period that they can all achieve that. But specifically, if somebody in their first 10 days, if they go in live every day and they submit it, then they can get the additional 100 points. So they get 200 points those first 10 days instead of 100. Like the rest of us just get 100 for going live 3 times. But a new person can get an extra 100 or 99 points if they go live every day during 10 days.
How do you track that? Or how do they track that?
So there's a column in your unilevel team in your back office that I'll show you that shows you all your points, and it shows you what your UBT points are. How do they track it? Oh, you have to submit them. There's a submission. I'll show you how to submit. So there's actually, if you go to iLearn in your back office and you go to the Widen Your Reach promo, it'll say submission form. You click that and then it just tells you what to do, and you just submit the link. You have to copy and paste the link and send a screenshot of it. And then everything has to be hashtagged PHP Live 2021. Okay. All right. Where are we at? All right, we got 9 more minutes. Oops. Any other thoughts? Any thoughts anybody feel like sharing or talking? Any questions, thoughts, excitements, takeaways?
Can I ask one question? Did the UBT price go up like $10?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's still under $11 a month, even with that upgrade. It's still less than $11 a month.
You mean a day?
I mean a day, $11 a day. And that just helps pay for like all of our new promos and stuff like that. Anything else? All right, what are you committed to? What are you committed to doing to get those 6,000 points this month? To get those executive points, what are you going to do that maybe you've done different? You're going to do that's different than what you've done before, or not? What were you going to say, Lake?
Oh, I was just, well, first I wanted to say that I'm really happy to be here in this group. I was first intimidated, I guess, a bit when this group started, and was kind of circling around it. Nova encouraging me like, it's okay, just jump in. And I'm so glad I did. I'm seeing it now. And just the wonderful, wonderful women and people on this Zoom, hearing all of your stories have just like really lifted me up. And I need that. You know, I'm getting it on Mondays, getting on Thursdays, now on Tuesdays, which I think is really helpful. Because how I'm going to get my 6,000 points is actually prospecting during my 90-minute time blocks. Because I have in the past put it in my calendar, but went off and did something else. I mean, that's just, we're not working alone, but I have to motivate myself to do the thing. And touch-ins like this really help me get motivated to do the thing. So I have 90 minutes prospecting scheduled after this, and I'm actually going to do it.
Yay!
So yeah, awesome. Thank you for holding this space, Rachel. And it's so nice to meet everyone.
Yay, awesome.
Yay.
And so I mean, as far as like trying to change our patterns, I mean, this is also like creating new habits, right? Which is, we all know from doing the transformation, it takes time. It's not always easy. So we're creating new habits around our DMOs. This is why everyone is required to apply and send me your calendar, because I want to see that you're starting to visualize and create your commitment just by having the intention and showing me it's on your calendar. And the next step is also visualizing. So like the night before, visualizing the next day, how it's going to go and when you're going to do that time slot, that 90-minute time slot. Visualizing like what needs to happen in order for me to get that done. For me, I have to have a clean and organized house. So that means I have to get up early and like make sure everything's clean and organized, because I won't sit down unless things are organized and clean. Like my head's jumbled. So I know what I need in order to sit down and do that. And I know what I need to do in the morning. I need to meditate. And so I know what sets me up for like that happening. So it's visualizing it and then sitting down and doing it. And then having my timesheets with me, my tracker sheets with me, so I can write down all the names. So I'm writing down everything as I'm doing it, or writing them down and then doing it following that tracker sheet. You can also write it all out, and then the tracker sheet guides you and tells you who to contact each day. So for people who are new, Jillian, Amanda's on, Leora, you are all new to, and Michaela, you all are basically new. And so in order to stay in this group and have this accountability weekly, what's required is an application. And that application is actually pretty easy. But what it's doing, this application is actually, and for any of you who have, if you have somebody you want it, you're like, I want my team on the Zoom, like just raise your hand if you have someone you want to bring to the Zoom. You're like, I wish they were on the Zoom right now. I want them to be on the Zoom regularly, right? So if you want people to be on the Zoom, they're going to have to all go through an application process. Their first one they can come to without an application. But those of you who are brand new, you're all guests. And so you're able to be here. Everyone else has applied to be into this group. But the application is just really showing your business commitment. And it's part of the process. It's like doing a vision board. It's part of the process of getting your mind in the game and getting your commitment in the game. And that's why we do the application process. It's part of creating your business. So the application process is filling out your action plan. If you don't have a printer, just write it in a book. Just write it in your journal and fill out the action plan. And then you're going to upload a picture of that to the team page, Superfood Social, and you're going to tag your upline and your downline and me, right? You're going to tag everybody and you can tag other people in this group too. Inspire each other, right? So you're going to fill out your action plan and upload it. And if you have somebody you want to have them on the Zoom, you're going to walk them through that. You're going to show them how to do that. So if you're brand new and you don't know how, I'm going to show you how to do that if you're direct to me. Okay. The second thing is printing out 4 tracker sheets and just sending me a picture of those tracker sheets, showing me that you've got them, that you're ready, that you've got all your tools in place. This is just showing me like I'm organized, I got my tools in place, I'm ready. The third thing is sending me a picture of your calendar. Now it might be a screenshot of your iCalendar, or it might be a picture of your actual fold out calendar that you open like a book. Whatever it is, however you keep track, your calendar's got to have 5 90-minute time blocks in there. Now, if you're a mom and you have like crazy schedule, it's like, when am I going to do this? Or if you're someone who works all day, like just do your best. But if you have it blocked out in your schedule, you're way more likely to sit down and do it at that time. So, and you're also more likely to carve it out. Like if you're a working professional and you have a kid, if I have a kid and I need to be at work from 9 to 10:30, I'm going to find a way to do that. Either they're going to be with me while I'm working, or I'm going to have a babysitter or something, right? Or have them be with grandma, whatever. So creating that 90-minute time block 5 times a week is what's going to get you to the next rank. and asking your upline constantly questions. Don't be shy to ask questions. Reach up to your upline, reach up to me. Do a group text with your upline so that there's always more people to put input and to learn. So there's more than one person learning on that thread. I'm really proud of this group. All of you are ranking. I'm just like really seeing people start to either evolve in their social media or like their teams are evolving, or I'm just seeing evolution. Everybody who's in this group is transforming and changing and growing and ranking, all right? If you haven't ranked yet, don't worry, you will, because you're in this group. This is gonna get you there. All right, so it helps me see who to work with. If you're in this group, I know that you're serious, and then I work with you, right? I'm working with every single person who's in this group. I'm like really, really committed to your growth. I'm really committed to you guys all ranking. So, all right, so we said upload your action plan in your first of the month order, picture of that, with your vision statement. I, Rachel Balanzad, and 2-star crown, la, 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 la. You know, here's what I visualize for my team. My key players are the tracker sheet, the time blocks, the 90-minute time blocks, and the commitment, and like a verbal or written commitment telling me, hey, I am committed to being on the Zooms, being present, not multitasking. Of course, sometimes we have to do something, or maybe you're driving somewhere because you have an appointment, but to the best of your abilities, I want you to be on the Zoom with a video showing that you're here. And this isn't for me. This is for you, because this is an accountability group. So this is your way of committing to your business hour and to making sure you're getting the information, right? All right. So that's what the 4th step is. The 4th step is really just letting me know, hey, like I'm committed to being on the Zooms. If I'm not going to be able to make it, I will let you know. And then I know who's in this group. And so if you're not here, I definitely am waiting for you to get on, wondering if you're coming. I'm anxious. I'm wondering, but if you tell me ahead of time, I have a doctor's appointment, I'm not going to be able to be there or whatever reason, it's fine. I just need communication. That's it. All right. That's it. So, and then I ask you, if you're not working, if you're able to, like, if you can carve out the Monday time and the Thursday time for the team Zooms. This is staying close to the fire. And if you stay close to the fire, like Lake was saying, like she's here at the fire and she's feeling it, it's energizing her. It's giving her like, oh yeah, I need to be here. This is helping me. Energizing, staying close to the fire is staying with your team. And it's being present and showing up for the Zoom so that you get that energy and you get that reminder, and you're getting ideas, and you're learning vocabulary, you're learning languaging, all this stuff is starting to happen for you. So, so yeah, stay close to the fire, y'all. Stay close to the fire, and keep reaching out, and go ahead and just like throw in the chat just a takeaway from today. Anything that you heard today that's just like gonna pump you for the next. Staying close to the fire, good. It's all about the team. This is seriously keeping me grounded in crazy times. Gonna tap into other Facebook groups. Yeah, awesome. Tap into those. Accountability. Okay, awesome. Good. Paper orders. Yes. Do an interview once a week. Explore their Facebook groups. Always circling back to my big why. And I need to clean my house first. See you all in a year. Leora's dealing with an estate. A new UBT. All right. Okay. So let's do this, y'all. I'm going to jump over to the Diamond Zoom, and some of you are going to be joining me on this Diamond Zoom pretty regularly, pretty quickly. I can see that people are going to have some new diamonds soon. I'm excited about that. This month we're going to pop. All right, let's pop. So I'll get there. If you don't know each other, everyone's going to be in the UBT group. You can you can just talk to each other in the UBT. Just like find each other in the members in the UBT group, reach out to each other, and set up these interviews. Like really get your interviews going. Okay, lots of love. Thank you. Talk soon. Bye.